not the story of 1 week, 2 weeks. So this is the reason why you see organogram is not just for decoration. It's to teach a process to both the old and the young that this is what the ground norms are. Because if it went through the process I just explained, right? As they write to the provost, he will respond without even respond straight. He will only notify the chairman, says, Chairman, this that here we are aware of. This is it. He say, okay, furnish them with the information. And the dean, you'll be in your office, because there was a due process that came to you and you pass it on. This is important. It will protect you. Are we together? It will save you a lot of English. And see, there is something that is very, very important, which I want to mention, if time permits us. Yeah, you have done very well, madam. I'm almost finished. Yes, I'm almost finished. So, I said an operational organogram ensures appropriate flow of instructions and directives, Abi, towards the achievement of desired goals. It provides mentorship mechanism for leadership. Are we together? Mentorship mechanism. Now, that process I've just explained now, by the time you follow it and then you become the dean or you become the provost, you're already trained. True of us. So when you are jumping authority, you are missing training. You are missing training seriously. And you see, about the person who is in that office, it's about the hierarchy, the structure that sets that place up. Now, in interviews for vice chancellorship, where things work properly, they must see, for example, what they call administrative duties. Huh? You must have been carrying out some responsibilities beside your teaching within the unit or department where you are working. Eh? Now, one, for example, you must have been a registration officer. Mhm. Then examination officer, because that is the heart of the university. You have become head of department. This one not be teaching. No. Nobody talk about teaching yet. You have become dean of a faculty. That is the minimum. Because once you get to the dean's position, you're as good as a vice chancellor. Because by then, you have interacted with all the authorities in the university, registrar, all those other offices, the bursar, and the rest of it. There's no how you will not interact, because when your staff has problem, you are the one that will stand up. They will follow you, be in front, and be going to the bursar's office. Not the one that will say, go and see the bursar. No, 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 no. Say, bursar, please. And then, she will explain to you the process, because most of those young people, they don't hear explanation. All they want is the money paid. But when the dean is standing, the bursar will explain the process. One, out of respect. Even if she's mad, she will calm down if it's the dean that is standing. Did you get it? And she will say, if na that man will stand behind you, I swear I no go talk. But but she will still talk, Abi, and explain what went wrong. That the man that came before he didn't want to hear. Then he will not be listening from behind the back of the dean. Then he will hear the procedure and the processes. Then in his heart, he say, I didn't know. That's in his heart. The dean will say, okay, don't worry. I will come back. Oh yeah, let's go back. Then as you enter, say, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, I heard. Now go and write the letter properly. Attach the appropriate voucher. And you know that your HOD didn't sign it. Did he? Say, no, sir. No, sir. He did this sign. Why did he did this sign? Say, I forgot. Say, okay. Now go back to your HOD. Now all of it is part of mentoring process. Then they will now see that you have understood the system. Then they will now put you among those to be interviewed. Not say you have not become VC yet to among those that will be interviewed. Then it's on that desk. Begin to check whether you have been doing teaching, you have been doing research. Because VC is not about teaching, it's purely administrative. And if you fail to learn the process, sorry, no English can save you. If it's where things work, where governor will just call and say, excuse me, you are the outgoing one. Say, yes, yes. Put a large Idris there. Case closed. It's hard to say you know how to handle it. Then they have already kept Elijah Idris aside. Then they will interview all of you that are very anxious, who are loud mouthed, who can complain aloud. They will still set it, they will still, they will still set the process up for all of you. But where things work, let me tell you, what I've explained now, you can't dodge it. So that is why you need to reevaluate your organogram, look at your hierarchical structure, your administrative process, because it's a mentoring procedure. All of you are senior officers, you know what I'm telling you now. You know where things work, particularly in civil service. You can't jump. You cannot. If you jump, the place you will land, you will not know where it is. So this is the reason we are studying it, and I think it's very important. Now, let me see the projection. Let me see that heading before. Now, your own administrative hierarchy and responsibility, you will find it in the Nasarawa State of Nigeria Gazette. Huh? Your own college own. If you read it, the Nasarawa State Legal Notice number 16 of 2021 is a law to establish the Nasarawa State College of Nursing and Midwifery, Lafia. You will see those clearly itemized responsibility. And we are all duty bound to read it. Oh, are we together? One of the problems with us is that, you see, people don't know what is important until Akwe Masala. You get it? That is how you will be so surprised. Your friends who will form the committee of disciplinary committee. And then when they will be asking you those questions, you'll be wondering, say, is he not my friend again? Say, sorry, man. The edit. This is what the Lord has established this school. Are you aware? In your heart, you are saying, when did this boy start work? That is asking me if I'm aware. Excuse me. You better you better go and read it. Oh, are we together? Please kindly read it for your just to educate yourself, not but it will tell you some details. All the ones you will see here, they are all simulated. He ought to have started with the governing council, for example, which is on top of the provost. You will see their responsibilities, their duties. They are actually the final decision makers as far as the college is concerned. No disciplinary case against anybody will be ratified except by the board. Is that okay? You call it council or board, all of it are the same thing. Even if you call it top management, like you sabi, the thing I'm telling you now is all of those decisions can only be ratified by who? And I also even student disciplinary decision, whether expulsion or suspension, must come to the board finally. You will see it. I don't need to explain that to you. But I am aware because I'm a part and parcel of the system. There are many cases. When we get to this, the political analysis of your college, then you appreciate what I'm going to say now. You see, there's a reason for putting board in place. Are we together? Is to resolve the political angle of that institution. Because you see, every government has what we call a sense of balancing of community interest. Is that all right? That is why you see the way it's seated is not up. So it's not our mate. So there's a reason why that responsibility is vested on them. I was telling you that before. You don't throw away the baby and the water, abi, bath water. There are many of us who can do that very easily. But you see, from his experience, he say, no, 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 put the water and the baby down first. And you wash the baby more. When you wash, you say, okay, bring out the baby first. Then go and throw the water away and come back. By the time you do that, the thing that would have made you to throw away the baby and the water is dealt with. See, now you can hear and see clearly. This and this is what is important here. Is that all right? And now, those who understand the system subscribe to the final decision taken by the council or the board. It may favor you, it may not favor you. Now, in my university, there are people that disciplinary process had indicated that they should be dismissed. Huh? When they go to the council, now the council agreed in principle for dismissal, but huh? They had principle, not a matter of practice, but they saw that the man was going to retire in a couple of years, I think about 3 years ahead. So they kept the decision until the year of his retirement. You don't understand why? Okay. Maybe he's a retiree, Abi. Eh, He will tell you the reason why a retiree cannot, that he understands what retirement is all about. You know how they did it? They set up review processes. They set up review processes. Now, but let me tell you also, you see, the governing council chair understood that the person involved can mobilize community against the school. Oh, you are just sitting down there, you can read the researches, Abi. Okay. The man reads community. Sorry, sir. Don't you read community? You read community. You know why I'm laughing? All of you that are very clever, when you saw this thing, you say, what is there that they're going to be telling us? I think I know this thing already. But can you read community? Particularly for a very strict somebody, a strict person, many times only read community. So the chairman and the rest members of the board, they are carefully selected. So we are discussing this organogram because it's very, very important, very critical for us. Let me not do as if I'm boring you. But you see, it provides mentorship mechanisms for leadership and administration. It helps to avoid chaos and disorderliness. It shapes character and enforces discipline and diligence in any organization. I've told you, sitting on top is the board, followed by, in your college, the provost. Is that okay? But it's the edict and the law that will show you a better description of their responsibilities. All this you are seeing here, they are all simulated. Is that okay? And you have the deputy provost. I think, Alant, you have two of them in your college, isn't it? Okay, you have them. You have the registrar. Now, let me tell you the reason why I have not put a very strong dichotomy between what you call academic and non-academic. We address them as teaching and non-teaching because they are all academic. Did you hear me very well? Huh? Don't use that concept of non-academic because they are both academic. One is teaching, one is non-teaching. This must be properly understood so that you see the tendency for those of you in registry to think are not a part of the process. No, you are a very strong and significant part of the process for shaping character, instilling discipline, and maintaining due process. I hope you know that all correspondence exiting from the college comes from who? Because he will always write, I'm directed. Have you read it before? They don't agree are the ones who they will tell you I'm directed by the council. Most letters of any significance must originate if he's going to exit the college from where? The registrar. That is standard practice. And the tone is always going to I'm directed by the governing council or by the provost or based on the decision taking and so meeting. Council directs that. Is that all right? Now, God forbid that law cases come out. You will know the meaning of those kind of letters. There's what they call cross-examination. When when the lawyer will ask you, can you read that letter to me again? He said, excuse me, it's written in English. Read it. He said, no, I know it's English. That's why I'm asking you to read it to me. See, just that you are hereby dismissed. And then when I say, excuse me, sir, where was that originating from? Sir, do you take decision by yourself? I said, what do you mean? Do you know the work of registrar? I said, no. I said, I don't know, but that's what I'm just asking. That is how lawyers talk. Until your mouth will dry, they will give you water. You drink it. And then you start again. That is the day you will know what the organogram and process of communication, how important they are. The bossa, is the chief accountant. Abi, I don't have time to explain to you why the name bossa. Bossa is not about accounting only. Did you hear what I'm saying? There are principles that the bossa understand that the normal accountant will not understand. And the number one principle is that communication process. Authorization. Huh? Authorization for receipt and disbursement. The bossa understands it more than the normal accountant that you know. This is the general framework. And the bossa will know this better than any other person sitting here. Are we together? Then you have the chief librarian. For us can make a lecture or small, but he's there. Then you have the dean. You have the HODs. You have academic affairs unit. I'm listing this because it must feature prominently your organogram. And they must be functional units. You have your academic planning unit, you have the student affairs unit, you have the ICT unit. Where's the ICT man I stood up that time? It's not just going to be ICT, but functional. I use the word functional. And you see, there's one word, there are two words there. Uh, Let me read it to you now, Mr. ICT. Headed by a professional with strong aptitude and integrity. Impeccable integrity. I forgot to add it. Impeccable integrity. You know why? The way we are now, we're in the digital age, you must have an ICT that will tell you when you are going to retire. Even if you forget, it will prompt you. Once it's digitalized, you have no chance to change your age any day you feel like. There's sometimes you feel like you are afraid of retirement. Say, okay. Excuse me, can you give me just 1 year? One. Now, if he does that, he may agree with you, but it will be in what they call the audit trail. He cannot erase it in the audit trail. Where is the internal auditor? Are you cool? That is where they go to the audit trail and they will see every alteration. And you can only go there from the back entry, which access you will not have, except the audit. And then the authority of the college. Did you get what I'm saying, Uncle? Let me not overlabel ICT. Unit leads, because in the department you can have different sections and units. Okay? They have the responsibility. Then the official communication process follows the channels of administrative hierarchy slash authority. For example, if you are in the department as a lecturer, huh, your communication must be routed through the head of department. I use the word must, even if the provost is your personal friend. The provost will be stupid to honor personal friends' letter without the signature and the approval of the head of department. And then the head of department has to come through who? But in Nigeria, it's very common. The HOD knows the provost. Abi? He walks into his office, he discusses, and the dean is rendered useless. You will kill the college. It's a matter of time. And you are going to raise people who will never respect authority. Is that all right? Are we together, please? Then, of course, you know the registrar. The dean is not under the direct control of the registrar from the academic processes. But there are letters he cannot send to the VC except it comes through registrar. Not all letters, there are some letters. Where we should understand this is that you see, that was why I said to you, it's all academic staff, but some are teaching, some are non-teaching. The registrar does not sit on top of the dean. Are we together? But there are certain administrative processes that has to come through. Let me give you an example. When I was to travel to the US several times, my letter does not go to the VC straight. He goes to the registrar. Because the registrar is the one that will write letter of introduction for me. And I don't write to the registrar straight. I write through my head of department as a professor. As a professor, I have a direct link to the vice chancellor. But the VC will never write that letter for me. It is the registrar who has direct access to my file, unfettered access to my file, who will check what my record is. If I can be trusted to travel abroad under the recommendation of the university, because if I'm known to be a fraudster and he recommends me, problem for the entire university. And I cannot escape the head of department's permission. That's why I must go through him. And the registrar must see recommended before he writes it. This is the reason for the organogram. The one you see there that is on this paper. Let me see it, my brother. This is just for simulation purposes. This is not the one for your college. Is that okay? Otherwise, you would have seen the governing council on top. Are we together? I don't know your own. I just design what can help me talk to you. But whatever you design, the governing council sits on top. Let me say this to you. It's only in times of extreme cases that you can appeal straight to the council if you feel that justice has not been done to you. But it will never be in your interest. Even if you are appealing, you will still send it through your head of department to the dean. Is that all right? And then the dean will take it to the provost, and the provost will take it to the council. They are all duty bound. You cannot say, because you don't like the case, then when it gets to your table, you put it under the file. That is considered as gross misconduct that the council will not take lightly if they eventually get to know that an appeal was coming to them and somebody stopped it along the line. Like I said, you see, it will help to maintain, to avoid chaotic situation. Orderliness will maintain. Are we together? Huh? Okay. Now, from what you are seeing, just please, you can never represent your own because I don't know your own organogram. It's just to mention a few things. The way I've tried to design is such that you have the two deputy provost, right? Who reports directly to the provost himself. You have the dean, the HOD, unit leads. The unit leads cannot go to the provost directly unless the provost orders and summons them directly by himself. They must go through the head of department. The head of department must go through the dean. The dean can go straight to the provost. Now, the HOD can go to the provost, but it must be with the proper knowledge of the dean. Are we together? Are we together? Now, this organogram does not show that the dean, the HOD, is equivalent to the deputy provost. Well, you may be thinking because of that connecting. Now, the connection is to show that the dean, right, can go to the provost before he gets to, sorry, the deputy provost first before he gets to the dean. Inspect matters to know, sound them out, for example. This is what we are struggling with. How do we resolve it? Did you get what I've said now? Ko? Yes. Because by administrative hierarchy, the deputies are higher than the deans. Are we together? Now, this is not about age, oh, for you to say, I am deputy provost and a small girl. We taught her in this same college. So let's go to the provost. It's not like that. Then, academic planning is featured because it's directly under the control of the office of the provost. Academic planning unit. Did you hear me? Okay. Other normal circumstances. But your own, it can be described differently. It can be described differently. There may be a department of their own that reports to the dean, but ideally, they go straight to the vice chancellor. In this case, you have a mini vice chancellor who is a provost. Then you have programs, basic nursing, for example, and others that are under the control of those hierarchy minus the unit leads. But if the unit leads a direct unit dealing with academic programs, then some programs will be ordered them, but they report to the head of department. Huh? Academic planning is there and I report to because all the curriculum vetting, both from the council, is domiciled with academic planning. If there's a need for curriculum review, the academic planning unit is the first point of call. If it has something to do with the council, they will go through the appropriate channel that the college uses, right? And when the curriculum is sent, then they are the ones that will evaluate it and report to the management. And management take a decision. They plan the academic calendar and report it to the management. Management ratifies. Before ratification, they go say, this is what we are thinking. They can't be aware. If they have their input, they make their input. And then at the order I just stated under. Now, the registrar is not down, down, down. It's because of space. Are we together? Don't think that the registrar is down, down, down. Then in your mind, down, down means that it's under. Not like that. 5 minutes remaining. Yes, that is the last page for today. You get it. So the registrar, the bursar, the dean of student affairs, all of them, they are senior management staff. Are we together? The registrar is not controlled by the dean. He directly comes under the supervision of the provost office. That is who the registrar reports to. Are we together? And then you have the bursar. The bursar also reports direct to the provost. The bursar is not under the registrar. The librarian is not under anybody other than the provost. But you know, sometimes in the university we call it the chief librarian. I don't know what it is in your college. You make you know, say, I mean, talk, I'm here. May they go ask me. If it be say we have to go ask the prof, no be so in talk. I mean, is chief here, chief librarian reports to the provost. He don't report to the registrar, as some people suppose. No. Now, these comments I'm making is creating independence. It's just to let us see the administrative channels, and then that also creates for us channel of communication. The chief librarian cannot just write a letter, right? Dismissing somebody is not possible. Number two, creating things that have not been cleared from the office of the provost. This is very important. And of course, you have the security unit. Uh, Now, you see academic feature twice, right? Okay, it's not as if it's supposed to be twice. It's to also tell you some settings. In some setting, they put academic planning 2 steps away from the provost. But that is not an ideal thing. The provost or the vice chancellor is directly responsible for supervising academic planning. It's a complete union. In fact, they call it a director. That's what it is. And then student affairs, please. That is one place you must never joke with. You don't appoint just anybody. You must have somebody who has impeccable character. You can almost, you must have a tank load of patients. Trailer, trailer, that tank they used to carry petrol. The level of patience such a human being, woman or man has, eh, must be as large as that tanker they used to carry petrol. And that person must be somebody whose chest is very strong. You bear all the brunt first before anybody. I want to stone. It's you they will stone first. And students know how to do stoning. And sometimes when they finish stoning, they end up telling you they didn't even know why they are stoning anybody. That's that's the problem with students. So if you are not very, very patient, you can take action before you realize you didn't even know the reason. And when you now explain, they will just fall down and be crying. In fact, I think you can tell them the story of your experience recently, where students mobilized from all over other schools to come to their school because the person in their school told them lie. They were saying they don't go agree, they don't go agree, or they don't agree until the DG came out. Say, okay, sorry. This man who you are saying will not go agree, even though he was suspended, the decision had been taken and the letter written to reinstate the person. But the person that was acting interim didn't want the person to return. That is why I went and mobilized. So all their stones started dropping from their hands. And they knelt down. But before then, they have broken the official cow with scream of the DG. And they have already brought police to arrest them. So that was where their stone fell down, and then they knelt down, started begging. So I thought I should highlight that one a little bit. Then you have examination officer, is the heart of the college. Please, if you don't have integrity, don't accept that responsibility. The temptation, there are people who will be willing to pay you any amount. Huh? I was in examination office for 10 solid years. In fact, I entered the office as lecturer 2. I exited as professor. So I can as well beg you. Hmm? If you become examination officer, even if you don't used to pray at all. I'm just telling you. And School of Nursing has more females than males, go? Uh-huh. Temptation, my dear. Look, there was one exam officer that when he was not cooperating, one girl entered his office, removed her dress, and then shout. And she stood at the door, you can't exit. So you know what the man also did? He himself started shouting also. So he was able to shout louder than the girl. But you see, all of that, what delivered him was that he was a friend to the girl who said it's a lie that she just left where I was now to go and do that thing. That was what saved the man. And all this because of integrity, the man refused to compromise. It's the heart of the school because entry and exit is there. It's like life and death. Abi, depends on the record there. Whatever you declare, check that nobody has time to go and check. True of us. You know. So that is why it's a very, very serious matter. But can I tell you one secret that many people don't know, particularly head of departments? If it's university system, the examination officer of the department is actually the head of department. The one you call exam officer is simply a desk officer who helps the HOD to do his job. So you can't be beating your chest. When they write letter to you as exam officer, please take it to the HOD for clearance. Because the day they set this committee, that's the way you will hear this English, that you are only a desk officer. I'm sure many of you are hearing it for the same time. Some of you have heard because of your experience somewhere else. But ordinarily, you would think that you are seriously powerful as an exam officer. Even if you are the college exam officer, let me inform you, you are only a desk officer. Who is the chief examiner? The provost. And provost, if you like, play with exam. Nasarawa get EFCC, small one. Abi, look, the chairman will whip. He can whip, but his hands will be tied. Did you get it? And as I close, let me inform you, all of you, sir, report appropriately to the council. Don't delay communication. Let network never be taken between in that communication. Is that okay? Please understand it. I know you understand the communication processes, they are important. Nothing may have happened before, but God forbid, let nothing happen. But the day it will happen, you'll be surprised. And when they are telling you, say, excuse me, that is all what we have been doing. No. Say, but you have been doing the wrong thing for those 30 years. May God help you and help me. Thank you very much.
Uh, our presenter, so appreciate or I appreciate. They say lack of knowledge, my people perish. So today, I think I'm not perishing in my area of specialization. I just want to ask a question.
Yes, sir.
As earlier stated, based on when you start,
Yes.
they say that all work taught play make a jack a dull boy,
Yes.
and I don't want to be a dull man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
My question says here, based on what you said from the beginning, as a joke,
Yes.
on issue that you are inform your wife. On process of saying this, my mind went far
Yes.
when you are saying, when you are trying to say one thing in love to your wife, which you sir, which you mentioned, God first,
Yes.
doctor or nurse are second.
Yes.
Sir, my question goes like this: how about the native doctors
Eh.
compared to this mention in life? Do they have any contribution to life or not?
Okay. I'm sure you heard him. But that means you didn't hear me very well. But do you call them native doctors? Are they all doctors?
Oh,
And so what
traditional. Thank you.
did he not call them doctors? But wait now, from the sense he's making, did he call them doctors? And you said, I said, after God, doctors and nurses. So who told you that? Who told you that native excluded? Oh my God! Sorry, sir. Chief Librarian. Did you understand me now? I said, but you said native. They are only native, but you said doctor. But if you are saying babalawo, that's a different thing. But you say me babalawo, we can't be discussing babalawo in school of nursing, and this one is school of nursing. Abi, chairman, right? Abi, talk.
My humble professor,
Yes, sir.
first of all, let me start on this note.
Please sit down. Please,
Thank
kindly
you very
sit down.
much, sir.
Yes, please.
A beautiful presentation from the humble professor himself. Mine is a question, sir.
Please go ahead.
I wanted knowing, based on the organizational structure, the organogram, I wanted
Okay.
knowing the place of the visitor to the college.
The governor.
Yes,
Okay.
I didn't hear anything as
Okay.
well.
Now, the visitor to the college. You know, I told you that that one you saw is a simulation. That under normal circumstances, the visitor will not be mentioned in terms of organogram. In the administrative structure, take note of the word administrative structure of an institution. You can also be asking maybe pro chancellor and all those other ones. They have their places and responsibility. But when you hear administrative structure, it deals with the day-to-day activities of the college, and the board sits on top of that. Now, you also heard me talking about that when some things happen, and the chairman will change his babariga, Abi, and run to the governor. The governor is the visitor, Abi. He goes, did you get the point now? But in discussing the structure, the hierarchy, as it were, in the day-to-day activity of the college, we often do not bring in the visitor. You understand? Okay. Okay, please give a.
I want to appreciate
Please sit down, sir.
the professor for the wonderful lectures you have given us. I actually want to commend you that learning has actually taken place.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, my question looks similar to what my brother just asked.
Okay.
Because although you say the organogram here is just a simulation,
Yes.
but I want to ask the place of admission officer in this organogram.
Okay. Admission officer is under academic affairs. You understand? See, in administrative hierarchy, the admission officer is a desk clearing officer. It's not a decision maker. You have admissions committee of the university, huh? Set up by the management. Are we together? The admission officer is the one that, for example, now, if admission has been done and you require clearance from the what do you call it now? The council. He lies with there's an official person who interfaces within the college and the council. They talk to yes, they talk together and then he goes. But he's not any decision maker. He provides all the information, but it's a typical part and parcel of the academic affairs. In many instances, you have academic secretary who heads the academic affairs. Now, academic affairs is essentially number one, general academic record keeping, results, abi, decisions made with respect to results, certificate issuance, right? Existing records, academic records, particularly. And then, when admission issues are decided on at the uh, is the management level meetings, he takes the minutes and the record is given to him. He prepares them and sets them up. That is what the job he does. It's not the person who will do the admission when you hear admission officer. Now, when the management through the academic planning unit have decided admission criteria, are you getting it? Yes. Under the instruction of the head of academic affairs, he disseminates the information. Yes. Yes. And then he watches over it. He interfaces with where decisions are made with respect to how to deciding what are the admission criteria. He is informed. He comes back to the college. he interfaces, and the rest of them. That is the primary duty of the admission officer. He's not the one who decides the admission itself. No. He is going to be a member of the committee, but he's not the one who decides. He can make suggestions, right? He can bring to the notice of the committee current developments for admission requirements. You get it, sir? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. You can use. Uh,
Thank you so much, Prof, for the wonderful presentation.
yes, sir.
I want to say that the things learned here, God helping us implement them, will have a transformed institution.
Yes, sir.
My question is this. In the universities, we have governing council.
Yes.
We also have the Senate.
The Senate, yes.
So where is the place of Senate in colleges like this? Or who does the work of the Senate? Because it is not, we don't have more like the Senate in the college. So I don't know how that thing fits in.
The universities operate based on the laws establishing them. So we expect the college to also operate based on the laws establishing them. Now, if in that law there's no provision for any intermediary, right? Like you have in the case of the university, then if you need that, you have to write again to the appropriate quarters to include that, because of course you know that laws can be revised, laws can be improved upon. You get the point. But for now, the law that established this college determines the organogram you are going to run. You understand? Yes. That is the way I will answer that.
Sorry, sir.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I think
Please go ahead. Yes. Please, are we listening? Please listen. These are very important issues.
said
Yes,
in
sir.
our case,
Yes.
the academic board,
Board, yes.
to me, does the function of the Senate in the university.
Excellent.
Yes. So we
In
have the
fact,
academic board.
in fact, I forgot to mention academic board. Right? But you know the difference between a Senate and academic board is that in university you have the Senate does not deal only with academic matters, but by definition, academic board is strictly for academics. That is why in departments you can have academic board meeting in the department that deals with all academic issues. Then you can also have a general departmental meetings where academic and non-academic issues can be discussed. You get it, sir? So it's a very serious reminder. Academic board meetings. It starts at the departmental level in the university system. It comes to the faculty level, headed by the dean, before results are forwarded to the Senate. And that Senate is not all the Senate. We call it Senate Standing Committee. Are we together? But in a college like this, you already have your academic board at various levels. Abi? If you don't, then include the department. So that before the department sends out its own result, everybody there who is responsible will take a look at that result, agree with it or disagree with it, and corrections are effected before you take it to the larger academic body. But I know it's very easy that you just submit result to the center without considering. If you don't do that, please start doing it now. It's very important. So that, please, are we listening? So that departments can consider their own results first and take their decisions. And then when they have taken their decisions, the minutes are taken. Are we together? The minutes are taken. So that if decisions are queried, they can refer to the minute that it was all of us that agreed. Are we together? Then, a very good reminder. Please listen. When you have your departmental meetings, general departmental meetings, please, in the university system, I don't know about the edit that establish your own or the law. The minutes of every departmental meeting goes to the vice chancellor. Are we together? The minute of every faculty board meeting, the vice chancellor. So if you check your own, I think it's important so that that is how you report the day-to-day activities of your department, of your faculty, or your group to the central administration. And then if he notices anything wrong, he notifies the management. And then they take a collective decision. If it requires the attention of the council, they draw the council's attention to it. Do we get it? These processes are very important so you don't carry undue burden in your heart. For results, please, it's very important you take collective decision. Can I advise you? The moment you submit result like this to the examination officer, is no longer your result. Cannot wait except through due process. All this what we normally do. Say, exam officer, that result, give it back to me. I don't make I check them again. Excuse me. Sorry, sir. That is not is very is terribly wrong. If you are not ready to submit, hold your result. Cross check. Once you give it to, ideally, don't submit to exam officer, submit to the head of department who transfers it, the desk officer, probably so called, but we're the one that gave it that name. The desk officer. So you give it to the HOD who will call his attention. I don't have time. I could have tell you a story that could have put me in very deadly trouble, if not for what I've just explained to you now. In one minute, there is this student very close to me. He was graduating, but he had carryovers. So he now spilled. And then he found himself in 2-2, but very close to getting to no, third class, very close to getting to 2-2. He came to meet me and said, what is the advice? And I said, I don't understand. He said he wanted to go and take courses in another faculty, courses he thought he can handle and pass. So that his CGPA can increase and then he will move out of the class. And I said, these courses you are mentioning, I'm aware that this department does not accept them as part of his program. But if you think that it will be accepted for you, you can go and take them. But as for me, I'm aware they are not accepted. Did you hear that very well now? This boy went and took those courses. What saved me was that when the results were coming, those who understood the process, they took it straight to the head of department without me knowing. And the HOD just minuted there. These courses are not accepted. Exam officer don't record them. He signed, stamp, and carried it. He didn't give it to the messenger. He carried it by himself and came to the exam office room. I said, Jibril Assessor, say, take a look at this result. Read my comments and come back and report it to me first. I read it. That was when I realized it was this boy that we spoke together to meet him. I said, sir, I read it. You say they are not accepted. I say, but why did I say this is what happened between me and him? He said, okay, that's not even a problem. But did you read my comment? I said, very well, sir. I went and filed it. I copied 3 times photocopied, put it in 3 different files. Now, at the end of every semester, when results are pasted, students who think they have problems, we normally advise them, it's your problem. We have a committee that will look at that problem first. And this boy wrote and came to that committee. Now, what he told the chairman of the committee, he said, the examination officer advised me wrongly. That's what he said. Because they didn't enter that score. That he advised me wrongly. Ma, the way you are looking, as if they gum my mouth. I could not talk. I was just looking at the boy like this. You know, the chairman now said, exam officer, 3 times he called me before I heard him. Because what the boy said is like the carry sword and cut my heart. the surest way to finish your career is exam office. Does he have apology? If it's university, there's no begging. But when I now heard, and I said, sir, this matter is even before the HOD. I brought out those comments. I just passed it on to the chairman. The man just said, oh, finish. HOD. I now said, who is actually the exam officer said these courses are not acceptable? You know what they now did? They said we should bring the minute where that decision was taken. And people talking to me and my juniors. They became very smart. You know, record keeping. We never talk about here. Record keeping. I stood up, clean my buttocks. I was praying and said, God, let me find that file. I went, check it as God will have mercy on me. Decision of departmental minutes. Because some of them, they normally copy the examination office when it has to do with exam decisions. I just brought it. I dropped in front of the. He just said, okay, young man, we will see you later. And he wrote it there. Case closed. This is the date this decision was taken. At the HOD. He didn't say something. I said the head of the department is right. He didn't mention my name there. This thing, that was not the end. You are just thinking of some things until you see that boy wrote to 3 vice chancellors. Each of them spent five years for a review of that case. But you see, communication process. Every time he writes to the vice chancellor will send it to the deputy vice chancellor of academics, who will now write to the dean of the faculty, who will now write to the head of department, who will now write to the examination officer to confirm, because they are not all the same HOD, because they are different HODs. 15 years until it got to the Senate. Senate was the one that finally ended it. How did they end it? The comment of the head of department and the minute where the decision was. I'm tired for now. Gentlemen, thank you.
Just your hands, this your hands is not just, it's just for me, the Danfulani here. Can you just clap hand again?